Good afternoon. Have a seat. So, what is your name exactly pronounced as?
So it is pronounced as Palzer.
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 Chewang Sherpa.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So, who or what is a Sherpa?
The Sherpas are the inhabitants of the Himalayan regions who undertake mountaineering as their profession. They have historically done that.
What other context do you find Sherpa being used in?
It is also used in the context of G20 meetings where Sherpas are the representatives of any nation.
So, why are they called Sherpas?
So they are called so because they do most of the back-end work, like managing the meetings, to preparing the agendas. So because Sherpas, as well in any mountaineering expedition, they carry all the heavy weight of charting the course, and they assist the mountaineers till the summit. So that work is done by the Sherpas in case of.
So, when did India host G20 summit?
So in 2023,
And who was our Sherpa?
Mr. Amitabh.
Okay, fine. So you have done your graduation in accounting, financial management, taxation, and auditing.
Yes.
Nice. So how will your degree help in in your work as an assistant commandant?
So as an assistant commandant, our work is administrative as well in terms of handling the finances of the company. So in those cases, it will be helpful. So in terms of financial management and also spreading some sort of awareness, because a lot of cyber scams, so phishing, online phishing is going on. So in that respect, I can have some sessions with the personnel so that they are not victim to those kind of attacks.
What are your hobbies?
So I like to watch and play football. I also like to go for running in the mornings.
Okay, fine. And you also like solving Sudoku and volunteering.
Yes.
What exactly do you volunteer for?
So volunteering, as in anything that comes up in the community, I like to volunteer in terms of any cleanup drives or donation drives. So those things.
So don't you think this volunteering as an activity is more prominent in the northeastern parts of India and not so much in the northern and central parts? Do you think so?
So I don't think so as such, because it is being carried out extensively throughout the country.
So where do you stay for your preparation? In Delhi or from your hometown?
So for my hometown.
Okay, fine. So how long have you been in Delhi?
So I stayed during my college years, 3 years.
Okay, fine. So recently there have been showers in Delhi. Have you noticed it? Rain.
Yes, it is.
What is the reason for that?
So I'm exactly not aware of that.
You're not aware. It's the western disturbances.
Yes.
So can you explain western disturbances to me?
So western disturbances are brought through the Mediterranean Sea. From there, the western jet stream brings those winds from Mediterranean, and it brings before the onset of the summer, it brings well needed respite in terms of rainfall and also for the agricultural crops before harvest.
Recently, a scam has been unearthed in one of the prominent cab hailing companies. Are you aware of that?
So I'm not.
You're not aware of Blue Smart?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Gensol Engineering or anything? Any company that rings a bell?
No, sir. Not.
Okay, no. Fine. So, what are your first preferences?
So my first preference is CISF, then SSB, ITBP, BSF, and then CRPF.
CRPF at last. Why so?
So there is not any particular reason for me choosing that. It's just that CISF felt it offers me better opportunities in terms of public interface and pan-India affairs.
Public interface. So, do you think you will have a lot of public interaction in CISF?
Yes, sir, particularly when we are posted in the airports and the ports and metros, there's a lot of dealing with the public. And I have personally observed that the personnel there, even when I was traveling for today, they do the duty with a smile. And
So, do you count that as public interaction or do you just count it as a duty that they have to perform? I mean, have you interacted with any of those personnel while traveling from and to Delhi?
So I have talked, but not as extensively. So.
Exactly. So, there is not a lot of public interaction, right? They are just doing their duty. So, what is the reason for keeping CRPF last?
So there is no particular reason as such. It's just that so the other forces I preferred a bit more. So that led me to choose that course.
Okay, fine. So let us go through the situation. Okay, you have been selected as an assistant commandant, and you are currently serving at a metro station in Delhi. And let us say a crowd of almost 400 to 500 angry mob has surrounded your metro station, and they are threatening to burn it all down. How would you respond to such a situation?
So my first reaction would be to talk to the leader of the mob if there is any. If there is any influential figure there, maybe I can do some dialogue with him so that he can calm the crowd. So that would be my first response. If that does not work out, then I would engage in some other non-lethal ways to disperse the crowd in terms of lathi charges and other forms of so those would be my.
You will lathi charge. Have you ever seen a CISF personnel carrying a lathi with him? I mean, you should have been through the metros and the airports, right? Have you ever seen them carrying a lathi?
Yes, yes, I have seen them carrying weapons.
Weapons. So you will open fire.
No, not fires, but we can sort of form a blockade so that they do not interfere in the working of the metros.
Okay, fine. So you are a Buddhist, right?
Yes.
So what was the reason that Buddhism gained ground in India when it originated, and as a matter of fact, it had spread to the regions in Japan and the Eastern Asia, Southeast Asia, through India. But now it's nowhere in India. Very less followers. Why is it so?
So initially, it was a very simplistic religion. It was easier for the people to follow. Buddha, when he preached initially, he followed the language of the common man, that is Pali. So for the common people, it was easier to relate with his teachings, and also. But now we have seen that other religions are also coming out. There was the Christian missionary activities being done by the French and the Britishers. So that has converted a lot of especially the Northeast population into Christians. So those things have.
So Northeast population was converted from Buddhism to some other religion, or from Hinduism, from the influence of Vaishnavism to Christianity. What do you think?
So mostly from Hinduism.
Exactly, right? And don't you think there was a reaction from the Brahmins as well, which led to a decline?
Yes, sir. There was because some of them belong to the lower caste, the tribals, so they were mainly discriminated and marginalized. So that led to them.
So could you elaborate a few major teachings of Lord Buddha?
Some teachings might be non-violence. He preached ahimsa and non-attachment to material things, and to have a very simplistic lifestyle.
So you're talking about the Eightfold Path.
Yes,
Is that so?
yes,
Okay, fine.
So, okay, Palzer, right? See, recently, this war-like situations, happening right now along the borders. So, suppose if government imposed national emergency in India, right? So, first, you tell me that what provisions stays with the national emergency, and what is the impact of national emergency on India? And the third one, what are the fundamental rights that when the national emergency is imposed, then what are the fundamental rights that should be suspended? Did you get that question?
Yes, sir. So when a national emergency is imposed, the Article 352 is brought into action, and it leads to so it is done in cases of any external emergency, and so the state governments, so central takes control of the central state legislations, and where the president under the direction of the Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister, he undertakes all the legislative work, any administrative exigency that needed to be done, and
what are the fundamental rights that?
so fundamental rights, all fundamental rights can be except Article 20 and 21.
Except Article 20 and 21, all the
All
fundamental.
they can be.
Alright. So recently, 1 billion loan, right, approval to Pakistan,
Yes.
right? Also done by the IMF.
Yes.
So don't you think these international organizations are the real facilitators of terrorism?
So I don't believe so, because they must have done it for a good reason. Because Pakistan, if they do not get the necessary economic benefit right now, or some sort of loan facility, then they will be a failed state. They will go into an economic crisis, and that might further instigate instances of militancy, extremism, and they might even resort to nuclear attack on India. That will have a great impact.
Do you think that this nuclear attack, does Pakistan dare to just do nuclear attack on India?
So, can you please repeat your answer?
Does Pakistan dare to nuclear attack on India?
So historically, they have used it as a threat, sort of a shield, so that India does not go into a conventional war with them.
But what about now? While looking at today's scenario, do you think that Pakistan will dare?
No society, they would not dare.
Alright. What is your opinion about POK? Don't you think that it is a high time to get our territory back from Pakistan?
So the first step would be to win the hearts and minds of the people in the region. So they must feel like they are Indian. If they feel like they are, if the people of the region are supporting Pakistan, and they feel like they are part of Pakistan, then it might lead to more disturbances in the area, even if India does acquire POK. So in that instance, we have to go for development, some trustworthy.
So you've done your honors, right, from Sri Ram College of Commerce.
Yes, sir.
And that within accounting, management, and taxation. Can you tell me the difference between tax and tariff?
So tariff is applied on products when they are imported from a country, imported from another country, whereas tax is levied, might be direct or direct, can be levied on any products which are domestically produced in the country, or on any income of any person.
See, recently this market is crashed due to war, right? What are the other incidences where the market can be crashed?
So if there are any internal disturbances in the country, that might lead to not so favorable investment climate, and when the regulations in the country are too strict in terms of ease of doing business, like we have seen in India historically, there has been a lot of license raj, and only in 1999 did we free up or globalize our economy, and that led to further.
Okay, Palzer, you just, I can see that singing competition, you participated, you got first position, right?
Yes.
In the singing competition,
Yes.
right? So in which language do you sing?
So usually English.
Usually English, okay. So, who is your favorite singer in English?
So English. So I listen to a lot of singers, but like John Mayer.
John
Mayer.
Mears. Can you just sing a few lines, one or two lines of John Mears?
So of his song or any song?
Any of your choice, which you know the best.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. That is a song by Mr.
So you have just learned this singing from academy, or you have learned
At self.
Palzer, did you find any difficulty in reaching this location?
So not as such. I have stayed in Delhi before, so it was easy to travel similar.
Okay, so you come from Darjeeling, West Bengal. What are GI tags?
So GI tags are geographical indication tags. They are given to any product, so that they are given to any product which is unique to any specific region.
Only products?
Products and services.
Products and?
Products and goods.
Products and goods. Both are same or different?
So both are synonymous, I would say. Almost.
Okay. Which body gives this GI tag?
So I'm not entirely sure. I have to look into this.
And which country leads in GI tag? Is it only in India we give GI tag or in other countries as well?
It's in other countries as well.
So, are you aware which country leads in GI tag?
So I'm not sure, but I can make a guess.
Please.
So I think China.
It's Germany.
So
Okay. Okay. Palzer, are you aware of the recent Bodh Gaya temple controversy which was in news?
No, so I have to look into this.
You have to read about it. Okay. What do you understand by ceasefire?
So ceasefire is an agreement which is done by two countries to have a disengagement from the borders, so that the army is not posted on the borders, and we can have police forces like the paramilitary forces.
Okay. Have you heard about Songar? Songar.
Yes, I have heard of it.
What are these Songar? Drones from Turkey?
Yes, sir. From Turkey, they are. Turkey has supplied them to Pakistan, and they have used those things.
Okay. So what do you think, Palzer? Should we help countries like Turkey during the time of crisis? Humanitarian aid which we provided in countries like Turkey during earthquake. What do you think?
So we have, in the past, we have done several operations. We have been the first responder, especially in Thailand as well. We recently saw, and in Turkey with the operation Dost that we carried out. It was done in good faith, but Turkey have not reciprocated by supporting Pakistan in this situation that is going on.
Will India's stand change or with relation change with regards to Turkey? What do you think? Or it will be the same?
So I think to some extent it will change because they've had the conflict with Greece over Cyprus as well. So we have supported Greece in that respect as well.
Okay, Palzer, who is a good leader according to you?
Leaders, someone who is very leads from the front, someone who is an efficient communicator, who understands the needs of his followers, and who listens to their problems and tries to incorporate all the negatives that are being done.
Okay, tell me any three qualities which a leader should not possess.
He should not be narcissistic, according to me. And he should not be reserved in terms of his emotions. He should be very good orator and express freely, and also he should not be impolite with his persons.
Okay.